in purchasing, you've got inventory control, and the first menu there is the warehouse. So you can't do anything on the system before you have a warehouse. And when we are onboarding you as a tenant, we will be able to create that HQ, which is the first warehouse for you automatically. So that's going to be the first one that you get. Whether you've got multiple warehouses or not, you can't operate the system inventory without having that one warehouse. That's the first point of contact. The second one obviously is the stock sheet and all its components, just like we were looking at SKU ST1. Let's first of all talk about this stock sheet page. Here you can be able to filter items based on the warehouse, the condition, the status, the make and model, and you get a summary as the default page. The summary in the case of singular is going to give you the titles. For instance, MikroTik that, but it's not going to give you the individual routers A, B, C, D like that. It's not going to give you that. It's just going to give you the titles. Obviously for general it doesn't really matter because we don't store the items, we store the quantity number. There's a huge distinction right there. The next tab is stock entries. Now this is where we are going to show you the individual entries. So you can search against them, you can search serial numbers from here. You don't need to go inside a specific one to search for a serial number. You can search it from there and it will give you a general sense of where that record actually is. Perhaps I should also talk about creation. Adding a new item into the stock sheet, you leave the SKU empty unless you've got your own. The barcode, you scan that for general stock taking type. You select a warehouse, the stock taking type, and then the entry type. This is important. This is how the system knows that whatever it is that I'm attaching is actually a CPE, a radio, or whatever. That's how the system gets to detect that. So the items which are CPEs and radios, it's CPE radios, and we call them CPE routers, the ones that are put inside the house, including the GPON device. Those ones you have to earmark them and say that, hey, this is X, so that the system knows. You can put in the unit cost. Unit cost is what you saw as getting on the invoice when you selected store. So whatever price you put here is the price that will be able to reflect in the invoice. Restock alert is to be able to tell the system, hey, when my stock level gets to this level, alert me. And the restock quantity is something to do with creating stock orders. If you've got someone else processing stock orders, when stock gets to a certain level, should we create an automatic stock order request and notify that person, hey, we need all these items, or we need X pieces of this, so on and so forth. So let's open our ST1 SKU and look at the stock sheet record in detail. So at the very top, you do have the name and you get the quantity. You can be able to edit here some of the details. That is a stocking type, unit of measure. If you're doing cables, are you going to do feet? You probably have to do kilometers as well there to make life easier for some people. You can be able to update that record. Below that, you have the summary, and obviously this is a singular stock taking type where you have items below here. You have the stock issue, which is supposed to record all the stock issue movements. Not sure why that one is not showing up. Stock issue, and then you have the stock movement, which is supposed to record what the issue has actually done. We'll probably check that. This is a development version we're using for this presentation, so probably we do have a bug there. But that is what you're supposed to get. The stock issue you just got, you're supposed to get that here. Any entries that were made for items in this particular stock sheet. Stock order are the items, the records I mentioned that you create to ask for stock, and of course multimedia if that stock has got any kind of multimedia that is involved.